Let's learn about shooting in pieces of 8. This is a hex cloth. You need a hex cloth, any size hexes you like. This particular one is 4 inches across. Now, for clarity, I'll use some blue card hexes so people can see the actual hexes are. This hex cloth is nice and subtle, which is what I wanted, but from a distance you can't quite see what's going on. Now, here's how shooting works. Here's a ship in a hex. All ships face from face to face. That's where they're pointed, face to face. They can't be at weird places in the hexagon. They're all face to face. The broadside arc goes 2 hexes to the side. Then it goes 1 hex to the side. Then it goes 2 hexes to the side. And it proceeds like that. The idea being that overall there's a rough rectangle. So if a ship is there, it can be shot at. If it's there, it can be shot at. If it's there, etc., etc. Small ships have a range of 3 rows of hexes. Medium warships have a range of 4, and a large warship, which is very, very rare in pieces of 8, has a 5 hex range. Now, this is how shooting is done. Shooting is done with a whole bunch of dice, like so. The little piggy pictures on the 6. Peter Pig were the first to do this in Wargames. In 2003, we fought a long, hard battle with dice manufacturer and got them to put our piggy on the 6. Up until then, symbols usually on the 1, but piggies on the 6. Now, if this ship is shooting, we use a shooting chart. It's all kept very simple because we want to maintain pace in the game, don't be messing about. This ship might be shooting. Now, for each gun marker, this one's got 2 gun markers, they're off table at the moment. 1 gun marker, 2 gun markers. I might have 3 more for being at short range. And I might lose 2 if they're a scurvy crew. There are 3 types of crew: scurvy, which is the worst, or they're raw; able, which is the middle one, or the average; and battle hard, which is very, very rare in this, but they're the best. They might be a Royal Naval crew or extremely effective pirate crew. When you roll your dice, they all go together. 6s are hits. You always are allowed a re-roll to allow for the roll of the ship. Because most guns, as far as broadsides, instead of propping them up and down, you wait for the ship to roll for when you launch your broadside. And this isn't always in lovely calm waters. Shoot again, nothing. This is terrible, isn't it? So every shooting you do get a re-roll. Let's show a ship shooting at a ship. Here is a small warship. Small warship, it's the star. Here is a medium warship. It's very unlikely you'll be having warships versus warships, because a piece of 8 system works on the defender having merchantmen doing a convoy and the attack having warships. Let's do shooting. This warship here, let's say it's got 3 gun markers. I'll go into that later. Gun, gun, gun. Small is 1 size less than medium, so you get 2 more for the size difference. And there are the dice. This ship rolls, all the 6s, nothing. Every ship's allowed a re-roll. There's your re-roll. Absolutely nothing. Appalling. The little ship also shoots. It's got 2 gun markers. Gun, gun. A gun marker isn't a specific gun, it's just the ability of its gunnery. 2 guns. This target ship's bigger, so it's only on 2 dice. It rolls to try and get a 6. There's 1 hit. I don't think I'll re-roll there. So it'll be 1 hit on this, or 1 damage. A damage can either be on crew, sailing, or gunnery. Now the other variables on gunnery, there's allowance for the size of the ship, the amount of guns, whether it's raking, also the quality, the crew level, the sailing level, and other things like that. Now raking in this, if I move these models about, here's a ship. If the other ship is on its exact rear, that's a raking shot. This small ship shooting into the large one is a raking shot, shoots down the length of the ship. Also, it works the other way around. If the small ship or the shooting ship is across the front, that's raking as well. You can only rake from the front or the back. The front or the back. That's the only way shooting can be done. And that's also short range. Now, if this little ship was raking this ship at short range, it might be gun, gun, gun. And we go into the gun markers later. That's 3 gun markers. 3 more for short range. 3 more for raking. But 2 off because that's a bigger target. I roll my dice, seeking 6s. That's not a bad shot. I could re-roll, but I'd have to reload everything. There are 2 hits, so I'll take 2 damages. So it might be 1 damage on the gun, 1 on the ship, sailing gear, both on the crew, and we go to that later. That's how shooting works. There's no record keeping as such. You have some little counters, and it's quick and effective. Each ship gets 1 broadside per turn, because the gun crews man both sides. They can't fire both broadsides. So if you've used your broadside, you can't then shoot the other one in the same turn. Turns in this are very quick. You get about 12 or so turns each in a game, easily. It's a limited duration game. It doesn't drag on till everyone's dead. And that's an introduction to shooting.